Just put my shit in the car, then I moved to Atlanta. Y'all thought it was sightseeing. Yes, I was stressed for the time being. Wake up, little nigga, it's grind season.
You know what it is, man. It's the hip hop soapbox slash Let's Talk About It segment through grind season TV. It's your boy Vince Swoops.
It's your girl Big Sid the Ruler. What's happening, y'all?
Today's a little different, man. We lost a kid today. A great young kid doing things, headed in a great direction. About to take the world by storm. We lost Pop Smoke at the age of 20 years old.
Yeah, a really unfortunate loss. Any loss at all, period, whether it's in the entertainment business or not in the entertainment business, it's a great loss. So just seeing somebody that was so young, he was, developing obviously as a young man and pursuing something that he obviously got a grip of real good.
Yeah.
And got into the business and started doing his thing. He had so many things in store for us, and for him to be, tragically taken from us so abruptly. Like I said, it's unfortunate regardless. But I'm really disappointed because I was looking forward to what he had in store. Him, 5 came out around the same time. I really like 5 as an artist, as a rapper. So I was really looking forward to some more of their content. So I'm really disappointed to hear about it. But it's a lot of controversy surfacing around it. It's a lot of, what do you want to call it? Conspiracies?
Conspiracies, people that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. It's real fucked up, and it fucked me up because that's the first thing. I was sleeping, so I got the call. Mm-hmm. I actually went to sleep late last night. I went to sleep at like 2, 3 in the morning.
What you telling?
And I got a call about 9:30 from my brother in Alaska, actually. Mm. And I had just put him on the Pop Smoke because the kids love Pop Smoke, but I was telling him who he was and stuff. Mm-hmm. So he started bumping his music. And he's like, yo, check your Instagram. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, yo, just go check your Instagram. And I went there and I seen it was like Pop Smoke, age 20, is dead. I'm like, shot and killed. I'm like, what the fuck you mean? He shot and killed.
And it was, I'm going to be honest with you. I was at work when I heard about it. So it still hasn't sunk in. Part of me just doesn't want to believe it. But, as I mentioned on previous segments, I've listened to a lot of his content of other artists that he makes music with or, know.
Yeah.
And, I kind of have an idea as to what's going on right now in that area.
Yeah.
So it kind of wasn't surprising, but I'm hearing not even hearing, but I'm people are having opinions and ideas as to what might have happened or what could have happened. And I don't know. I think it's a little too soon to come up with philosophies as to what's going on.
I mean, I reached out to my friends, real close friends, like they're like my brothers that live out in the floors, and the floors is not taking well at all.
Shouts out to Canarsie. Shouts out to the floors. That's the same thing. I don't know if
the
it's
floors.
The same thing.
That's the Flossies. It's Canarsie.
Shouts out to the floors, y'all. I know y'all taking it. Shout out to Brooklyn. Shout out to New York City altogether, because I know if anybody or any group of people that's taking it the hardest, besides his family, it would be people that obviously know him or had appreciated him before it even got to mainstream.
It fucked them up because they seen him come up as a kid. I'm 26. Pop Smoke is 20, so he's 6 years older than him. You feel me?
Right, yeah.
So my God, and he went to Canarsie High School, the Floors.
Oh, okay.
He went to Flossie High, so people seeing him, they're like, oh, he's a young boy, he's doing this thing. They laughing like, yeah, it's the little crypto, he's doing this thing, And he started getting money and all that. Mm-hmm. He started doing this thing with the music, but he was always a genuine person from what I was told.
I mean, what's crazy? Obviously, I don't know the guy personally. I haven't met him, obviously. But, I watched a ton of, because, he just dropped an album.
Yeah.
that dropped, on Friday?
He dropped his project 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago?
It's been 2 weeks now.
It's been 2 weeks?
Mr. Wood 2 dropped 2 weeks ago.
Shut up. Okay. So
time's flying.
Yeah. Like a little bit too abruptly. It's February and it's already about to be March. So anyway, he just dropped a new album. He's been doing a lot of press run, as you guys should know. Artists do that. When they drop new content, they do press runs. They do a lot of interviews and features on podcasts. And I've been watching a lot of his interviews, a lot of his podcast features, and that kid was sharp.
He was an intelligent kid. That's the one thing I could say. I mean, as much as people in New York City is different. Like people would they might cut school and not do what they do.
Who doesn't though?
But one thing I don't know about everywhere, but in New York City and in the floors and High Bridge in the Bronx, one thing we don't take it for granted as education. We don't think that being stupid is cool. We don't think being misinformed is cool. So even though he was a little wild doing this thing, he was like I told you, from what I was told and experiences I've had with people that been around him, that we had mutual friends, it was genuine. They were genuine. So I only had the utmost respect for him. Like,
for sure. And then, you know, for those that are just tuning in to our podcast for the first time, you know, Swoops is from the Bronx. He's from New York City. So he's not saying he's met the guy or anything, but it's just more so like a personal connection.
Yeah, I mean,
when you're from there.
I frequent Canarsie, so me and him running a lot of the same circles.
Which makes sense. I hear a lot of people from other boroughs come out there.
Exactly, and I just happen to run with guys that's a little bit older, his OGs and stuff. So, my boy T Maney and Chemo, we were just like, it's funny because we were talking about it 2 weeks, like last segment about Pop Smoke and stuff like that, and how they was telling me. But like literally last week, me and my boy Maney was talking. He was like, "Yeah, just let me know." Me and Chemo was set it up. Papa Smoke was going to actually meet my nephews this summer because they live in Alaska.
I don't know if it was our last segment or the segment previous to that. I know it was recent though. You mentioned that you had relatives that lived out way in Alaska and that listened to Pop Smoke.
Exactly.
So obviously he had some sort of impact on this current generation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna kid you not, and I'm not even saying this, and you guys might have heard me say this before, but Pop Smoke is awesome. Like his music content was great. I don't care how repetitive it might sound or whatever the case may be. Man. It was good. You played in the club. I'm out here, you know, in the whatever dance they call it and whatnot.
He was doing this thing, and the thing about it is, so people that don't know, if you don't go to Brooklyn or you're not familiar with that area, Brooklyn is heavily West Indian. So that's why he wasn't afraid to dance. He wasn't afraid to do things that other artists wouldn't do. Like people, I've seen it like, oh, he looks spicy. He's doing this. I'm like, nah, that's his Caribbean roots.
But you know what? And we'll get into this with another topic that we have in store. But I just feel like people have this thing with guys being
it's toxic masculinity.
It's so toxic because it's almost as if y'all supposed to exempt all femininity. And not saying that you guys have to be women.
Yeah.
But there's certain things like you said, we both come from a Caribbean background or a Carib background.
Yeah.
So we're familiar with men, nowhere near spicy.
Yeah.
You hear a good song, they busting a what? A lick of wine, right?
Yeah, they busting and they moving the hips, man. I mean,
it is what it is. That's how we got here. I hate to say it.
It's how we got here. It's a good vibe. It's a good time. Yeah. And that's part of the reason why sometimes people like in this city in particularly, I don't like to go because it's like they're like, when I go to a club, I do not feel like hearing Moneybagg Yo rapping the whole time. I'm sorry. I come here because I want to bust a liquor wine. You feel me? Like I'm trying to get behind them yeeks. I'm not going home with you. I just want to feel nice. I'm going home to my lady, but
house party days. And anybody that's listening from the town, y'all already know what it is. Like going back when we were kids in high school, we used to go to the house parties. We wasn't going there to see how people was dressed or how much money somebody got or how much liquor somebody got. The stuff we worry about now, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
we was going there to have fun, turn up, and nobody was judging guys that was behind us when we was dancing and they was whining. So why is it such a huge thing now? That's why, you know,
we're not gonna go there though. This is not about them. Today's about Pop Smoke.
Right, it is.
Again, we want to send our condolences to his family, his friends, his loved ones, the people in my circle. Shout out to my boy T Maney. Shout out to Chemo. Shout out to my boy Malave, Randy Sav, McLovin, my boy Key, fucking Luck, like all y'all niggas, man. I know I might be forgetting names right now. D2, I'm not trying to forget anybody right now. My boy P, Prince. There's just a lot of y'all right now, and I know y'all taking this tough because he was short. What the fuck is on my tongue? Sorry. Long story short, he was that young boy. Like it's like when you see somebody. It's like when A Boogie first came out, but he's around my age, so it's a little bit closer. But I understand how they feel like if we was to, and God forbid, but if I was to lose somebody like him, you feel me? I'll feel that because it's like, damn, that's the champ. It's like that's the young boy. He the champion of the hood. And not to the Bronx was on, Canarsie was on, but they were known, but he put them into a different stratosphere of spotlight.
And it's crazy because like I said on previous segments, I've been listening to the whole New York drill scene. I'm pretty sure it's not called that, but you know, the New York drill scene, I've been into it for a minute now.
I know you a little tipsy right now, but you keep hitting the mic and it's like making this rock in my... I'm listening. I can hear it when you do
that. That's horrible, y'all. Don't keep...